10 things no one, I bet, ever told you about Paris and about France in general. So today I decided to discuss with you 10 major mistakes every single tourist tends to make when they're coming to Paris for the first time. Let's dive in right away. Hi guys, I'm Anna, a travel vlogger who is changing the country every 2 or 3 years. And now I'm living in Paris. Unbelievable, even for me. I have no idea how can you keep yourself from falling in love with this place. I couldn't. I am in love with Paris. I was living in Paris for a month, which does make me even close to be Parisian. Oh la la, of course not, I'm still Norwegian in my soul. But still, being here for a month, renting an apartment, it makes me see this society with the eyes of a person who does live in Paris rather than with a tourist who came to Paris for a weekend or for a week. So you got my point. I'm still super fresh for this place, but I already started noticing little details about the local society I would love to share with you in this video. Don't judge me too hard though, especially if you're French yourself.
Don't judge me.
The only thing I'm trying to do here is to help other tourists who are coming to Paris to avoid classic mistakes every tourist tends to make when they come to Paris for the first time. And all of a sudden we're going to tour Eiffel. That's an unexpected life in Paris. You never know what's gonna happen next. Usually it's a huge queue to go on the top of Tour Eiffel, but all of a sudden it's Friday, very beginning of June, and there is no queue, zero. So let me show you Tour Eiffel from the top. Number one, and shoes. Yes, comfortable shoes. And I start every of my travel videos by begging you to bring those comfortable shoes to any new place you're going to. I've seen so many times those poor girls who are making their way to Eiffel wearing those high heels branded shoes. Please don't do this, ladies. Paris is huge, and coming here, be prepared to walk a lot. And not even that, let's just have a quick look at my typical jogging or walking route nearby Sienne. What do you see here? Exactly this sand-ish looking surface. And this is quite a typical thing here in Paris, this sand-looking surface with tones of microstones mixed to it. So my advice here, first, bring your most comfortable shoes. And let me stop here and make a comment for my dear Norwegian friends. Guys, I know your most comfortable shoes are your hiking shoes. So, come on, we are in Paris, one of the global capitals of fashion. Please choose some nice looking trainers. I would also advise you to get white trainers, as this surface all around Paris is quite funny. As if you have black trainers, you will have to clean and wipe them every single day. Trust me, it was my mistake.
My mistake.
Your fashionably black trainers will not be black anymore. They will be ugly, dusty, or almost grey. In fact, any white, comfortable trainers you have will do the job. Or even jogging trainers like Asics, Adidas, Nike, they will do the job perfectly. Just keep them white. Fine, if you want to keep those high heels for your Instagram pictures, understandable. Take them with you. Just keep them in a separate bag. Climbing Tour Eiffel is nothing compared to Norwegian hikes. Well, it's the second floor. I'm not even out of my breath yet. Number 2, when you're in Paris and in France, never forget to say bonjour and exchange other pleasant phrases. Remember some key words. Bonjour, bonsoir, merci, au revoir, s'il vous plaît. I know my pronunciation might be absolutely horrible, but as long as people here understand me and smile back at me, it means it's working. You will be repeating those words as mantra every single day, million times a day. The French love their greetings. Literally everyone greets each other here every single time, and they also love bisous, kissing both cheeks. Yes, similar greeting to the Italians. I initially thought that you only need to greet a person you already know, but in fact, no. Here in France, you greet everyone. Whether you're entering a bakery, you're the next in the line to buy groceries, in the middle of the hike crossing other people, any situation where you're interacting with people, even if they're total strangers, you have to say hello. Even when you enter the lift in your hotel and you see that somebody is already standing there, the first thing you have to say is bonjour.
Bonjour, Sylvie.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
And au revoir as soon as you're about to leave.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. If you feel really brave that day, you can also say bonjourne, which will mean that you're wishing them a good day.
Une bonne journée.
Bonne journée.
You are in real trouble, my Norwegian friends. Unfortunately, in France, including in Paris, you will have to speak to strangers. Nah, nothing compared to that. I really miss my proper Norwegian winter hikes. Number 3, do not expect anything to be open on Sunday. Yes, pretty much like in Norway. Same as Norway or Italy, the majority of businesses in France will be closed on Sunday. However, the supermarket seems like to be working British style. For example, this Monoprix, which is nearby my apartment in Paris, it's open 7 days a week. Even on Sunday, it stays open until 10 p.m. If you're planning to do some shopping during your trip to France, please keep this in mind that almost all stores here are closed on Sunday. On the other hand, lots of restaurants and other attractions, they open here on Sunday. It's just a little note for you to take before you're planning your trip to Paris. Also, definitely check the opening hours of the museums before you're planning to visit them. It's quite often that they might be closed on Monday. I haven't checked this myself yet, as I came to Paris in May and the weather was so fantastic to spend even a second inside. So I will check those museums when I come back to Paris, when it's autumn or winter or just raining, and I will definitely show you everything. Not to miss it out, please consider subscribing to this channel. So many more things to show you about Paris, France, and some other countries as well. If you're thinking to come to France summertime, remember, August is a ghost month pretty much everywhere around France. You are super excited to go to Paris or to other major city of France summertime, and all of a sudden you're coming there and you find out that the city is a ghost town. Why is that? Because most of France is on summer holiday during the whole month of August. And one thing to remember, as the summer is holy grail for the French. They take it very seriously. So, if you have high expectations towards your holidays in France, remember that August here is kind of that month. It might be also excruciatingly hot in Paris in August. If you would like to go around Paris streets melting with plus 40 degrees, you're more than welcome to Paris in August. The view is so cool though. The view. Number 5, don't expect your food or your drinks to be served fast here. Even for your morning coffee, you will have to wait.
2 hours later.
Merci. French people in general are very relaxed and chill. Things here move a little bit slower. So if you're used to fast-paced services in the restaurants in your country, or you're used to getting your morning coffee immediately, well, in France, expect to wait a little bit longer. Everything is usually prepared for your order and specifically for you, and it's not like in America or in some parts of England where things have been prepared beforehand. The great thing about this, though, that everything feels like a very personal experience, because you can feel that everything is prepared specifically for you, for your order. Number 6. If you're planning to move to Paris or in France in general, you must learn French. And ideally, well before you arrive. And there is no other way. France is not Norway. You will not get away here with speaking English only. I have to start learning French myself now, no matter that I speak English and Italian. It's absolutely not enough here. Example, a few days ago, I decided to go to the salon to do my manicure in the very heart of Paris, in Passy, District 16, if you know Paris quite well. In the salon, in the very heart of Paris, no one was speaking English. And no one really made an effort trying to understand me. When I do my manicure in Rome, even before I started speaking Italian, the guys in the salon always would make an effort to find somebody in the salon who speaks a little bit of English to help me with my appointment. In Paris, they don't care. You don't speak French, that's your problem. Solve it yourself.
Solve it.
No matter that you just came a few weeks ago and before you came you had no intentions to move to Paris. But all of a sudden you changed your mind. Now, that's actually a good topic for another video. How come that all of a sudden I decided to live also in Paris? I will tell you the whole story in one of my next videos. Back to our video. You need to learn French urgently. Number 7, and let's talk about manners and behavior when you're in Paris and in France in general. Don't speak and don't laugh too loud. Oh dear. Please control yourself. When you go out for dinner in Paris for the first time, especially if you choose an actual local place where the locals are going for dinner, and not just a tourist trap pretending to be a traditional French restaurant, look around and listen. The locals will be talking to each other, but they never raise their voice, they never shouting. They will always keep their voices low and the conversation will be pleasantly quiet for the rest of the guests. Maybe it's because all traditional French restaurants are so small and cozy and the tables are so close to each other that you can literally touch your neighbor with the elbows. Yes, this is how small and cozy a regional traditional French restaurants can be. And if you keep talking really loud in this case, I'm afraid that very soon the whole restaurant will be involved in your discussion. Same with laughter, especially for women. In France, loud laughter equals vulgar, period. If you want to speak loud and make everyone around you jump every time you start laughing, well, go to neighboring England or Italy. There the locals will understand you for sure. Number 8, quite similar point, but different at the same time. Don't get drunk in France, especially during the time of apéro, especially in public. Please don't. Just don't. No matter that France and Italy are both mother countries of wine, champagne, prosecco, people here don't seem like getting really drunk, at least not in public. I've never seen any Italian or French being absolutely drunk after having dinner or going out. I'm talking about 30 years old and above people here, not about those crazy students for whom even the sky is not the limit when it comes to partying. I've been there myself, tried it. Especially when it's the middle of the day and still a daylight. I'm talking about apéro here. French cousin of Italian aperitivo. Is a drink or two, usually a strong cocktail or beer, that French people usually have before dinner to open up your appetite, along with a few bites like saucisson or cheese. When I first heard about apéro, the same as aperitivo, I was absolutely shocked. How can you possibly drink alcohol before dinner when you're literally starving? Remember, when it's your first ever experience of apéro, take small, slow sips, just like French or Italians do, to avoid getting drunk. We are in Paris, my darlings, so we stay classy no matter what. Want to get smashed? Well, fair enough, no problem. Just cross La Manche and go to Britain and feel free to be absolutely drunk. More typical there, but still disgustingly horrible though. So yes, don't swim in Seine in Paris, no matter how hot it is and no matter how brave you feel. You can get arrested. I hope his insurance can cover it. Number 9, and clothing in Paris. Always put an effort the way you look like, but never try too hard. A few words about absolute taboo in clothing. Guys, please stop wearing your flip-flops in the global fashion capitals. Yes, I'm talking about Paris, Milan, Rome here. No, just please Don't leave your flip-flops for the seaside. There is a very simple rule to follow here. If you cannot see any seashore or at least a lake, you cannot wear your flip-flops, period. So what's the option then for the summer when it's extremely hot? Sandals or any other open shoes you like. But God forbid to wear your sandals with the socks, guys. I know it's comfortable. I know this is the way you do it at home, guys. But you're in the world's capital of fashion, for God's sake. Can you please wear your sandals with no socks for a few days while you're here? Please?
Please?
Can't do without socks at all? Then trainers. Get some nice, light summer trainers and feel free to keep your beloved socks on. Another thing, specifically for France and Paris, leggings. That was surprising even for me. Even in London, when you wear your leggings with longer or just oversized jumper, you're quite good to go for brunch, even somewhere in South Kensington. Not in Paris, dear ladies. Not in Paris.
No.
Remember one vital thing about Paris. Here you can wear your leggings only when you actually go to exercise. You're going for a run, you go jogging, you're going to the park to do some exercises with a yoga mat under your arm. This is fine, this will work. But you don't go to the cafe and even to the supermarket wearing leggings in Paris. No. I promise you will feel really uncomfortable if you do. Learn from my mistake and don't wear leggings in Paris, ladies. Another super cool fashion hint seems like to be working in Milan, in Paris, in London, in Rome. I've been using it myself for about 3 years. Always works. Winter time, go for black clothes. Summertime, go for white clothes. The only other two safe colors to add, if you're not sure, would be beige or stripes. Black and white stripes, I mean. You can always add a pair of bright shoes, interesting handbag, not too interesting, please, keep it classy. Bright scarf, put a pair of oversized glasses on and voila. You will feel like a fashion icon in all fashion capitals of Europe. Little advice before we go to our number 10. Never hug French people. I know they sound a little bit controversial. It seems like they like doing kisses in both cheeks. But in real life, in France, the same as in Italy, they don't like being hugged. Hugging is too intimate. And number 10, don't visit Paris only. As some of my French friends and colleagues told me, Paris is not France and France is not Paris. Weird though, it's like a capital of France, isn't it? I said you exactly the same about Italy in one of my previous videos. When you're visiting Italy, don't limit yourself by visiting Rome only. I know it is gorgeous, but visiting the capital doesn't mean visiting the country. Open your mind, go out of the capital. Same, if you're going to France, don't stick to visiting Paris only. This country is full of beautiful hidden gems and different experiences in every single region. By the way, when you're planning to visit France or go to Paris, do you know your dates already? Please leave me a comment, and if I'm here, let's grab a coffee. Yes, it's Tour Eiffel and I'm on top of it. Yeah, right on the top. Dreams sometimes come true. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my first ever video about France. I hope you enjoyed it. I promise you it's going to be many more videos from this gorgeous country. I will definitely show you around. If you don't want to miss it out, please subscribe to my channel. I will be so happy to have you here. Stay safe, be happy, and as our tradition goes, I will see you next week, hopefully from France again. Love you so much, guys. Love you, love you. See you later. Au revoir.